Hertis Rumph is at the Regional Medical Center in Orangeburg to have the staples in his arm checked. It's the latest of 7 scars on the 46-year-old's arm.
Well, your incisions look very good here. This looks nice.
Across the room, his older brother, Eugene, waits. He, too, is familiar with scars.
1, 2, I got one in my chest.
These brothers are both on dialysis because their kidneys have failed. After his checkup, Rumph will head to 4 hours of treatment.
I have a wife and I have kids, but it is something I have to do to keep living.
It's something many in the Orangeburg area depend on, something Dr. John Ross sees daily.
Particularly where we live in this part of South Carolina, it is much more of a problem than maybe most places, for sure.
Dr. Ross is a surgeon at the Regional Medical Center. He spends his days in the operating room working on patients' blood vessels so they can accept dialysis.
I can look at their arms and tell you exactly everything that has gone on in this patient, and many times you can look at their arms and pretty much tell how their life has gone.
More than 78% of Dr. Ross's patients have ended up on dialysis because they are overweight. And although it is a way to stay alive, there are many problems dialysis patients can face. They are susceptible to infections, cardiovascular disease, pneumonia, and many spend a lot of time in the hospital.
The larger the person, the longer they may have to dialyze, and the more often they may have to dialyze.
Even putting an overweight patient under for surgery involves risk.
Putting them to sleep is a much slower process, so they take much longer time to go to sleep.
After almost 4 decades, Dr. Ross has seen many who struggle with health problems because of their weight.
The thing I would like to do is run myself out of business. And by doing that, we have to have an impression upon other people, again, to change attitudes than to change their health.
There also needs to be a change in lifestyles, which is why Dr. Ross says seeing multiple dialysis patients in one family is not a rarity.
The patient becoming obese, again, the diabetes develops, and from diabetes they have renal failure. This is the way it usually happens, and those lifestyle changes that one family member would need to make is never made, so all continue with the same lifestyle.
To tell you the truth, if I'd have known what I know now, back in the days, I would have took better care of myself.
Now Rumph is taken care of by dialysis 3 times a week.
I have a grandson, my first grandbaby. He brings joy to my heart.
It's what makes the scars on his arm worth it. In Orangeburg, Katie McKee, WACH Fox News.